Hello, friends, and welcome back to the shop. Today is Sunday, December 7th, and it is a gloomy, overcast, cold December day here in Southeastern Pennsylvania, but that's okay. All is right with the world. And you can tell it's December 7th, by the way, because we got our buddy Hans back there pointing to the number 7 for reasons that are completely unrelated to Christmas, obviously. Had a nice weekend. We went to, on Friday night, we went to the Christmas tree lighting, and we got some dinner, and it was just a good night. I love the Christmas tree lighting. We're in a small town. It's very small town feel to it. And yesterday we had the Christmas parade out at the end of the street, and I'll tell you more about that shortly. Today, just kind of taking it easy. Got some house type stuff done this morning. I'm actually making this kind of late because I was pretty busy this morning doing all the stuff that I would have done yesterday if I wasn't basically doing nothing yesterday except going to the Christmas parade and being a bum. But I am now officially a bum. I officially retired on Friday. Friday was my last day at work. It was uneventful, and here I am. Strange new world, and I guess that really starts tomorrow officially because it's Monday. But yeah, tomorrow's the first Monday in a very long time that doesn't really mean much other than it's another day. So let me relight this. I'll tell you what it is. So I'm going through my Christmas blends in lieu of a tobacco of the month. Ah, by the way, I pulled my back out again this morning. I got to do something about that. So this is Phil Rivera. I'm calling this a squat pot. I hope you don't mind, Phil. Beautiful pipe, and it's a wonderful, wonderful pipe, especially for Burleys. But today, what I have is some Germain's plum cake. I don't know if there's a date on that or not. I can't really see without putting my glasses on. Oh yeah, it's 2017. I can see it on the monitor. Germain's plum cake is, for me, the quintessential Christmas blend. I honestly, if I could smoke it every day during the holiday season, I would. It's rare. I don't have very much of it, so I just have a few bowls a year, and thought I'd share the first of those with you. And I've talked about plum cake before. I've got a full review of it, not a review, impressions video that you can go and hunt down. I've got a playlist that's, I think, called Tobacco Impressions, and it'll be in there somewhere. But it's wonderful. It's like Christmas in a bowl. So I retired on Friday, and I had to leave and had to like give them back my laptop computer and give them back my ID card, which allows me access to the site and stuff. So traditionally, the way that's worked, and I've been involved in this many times, is that the manager, your manager, walks you to the security desk. You hand the card in, say goodbye, and you leave. And there's a handshake, good luck, that kind of stuff. So because we're going through a restructuring and because there's so many people leaving, it just seems silly to do that, I guess. So what they decided to do was you just take care of it. Just go walk to the thing yourself. And okay. So you just go and say, that's my last day, here's my card. And they say, okay, thanks. So I thought, so I go to do this, and it's like 4 o'clock on Friday. And I walk up to the desk, and there's this woman. I don't quite know how to explain this without saying things I probably shouldn't say here, but she had a lot of braids in her hair. And she was hunched over the security counter with a mirror propped up. And she had a comb in one hand and scissors in the other. And she's like combing out the ends of these things and trimming them and like trimming all the frayed bits and stuff. So she's, grooming at work, which I guess is an okay thing to do at 4 o'clock. And maybe she wanted to get it done before the 5 o'clock rush. I don't know. So I walk up, and she looks up at me, still holding this, and says, "What?" And I said, "It's my last day. I have to turn my card in. And she says, just drop it there. And she like indicates there's a clipboard there where visitors sign in. And I said, I just have to leave it here? And she said, yeah. So I just drop it there, and I think, well, this is kind of a letdown, you know? And so I said to her, okay, well, you have a good evening. And she responded, mm-hmm. And that's how I left my employer of 20 some odd years. That's how I ended my 30 some year career. And just seemed a little bit of a letdown. But nevertheless, I went and got a cigar. If you're on Instagram, you saw that cigar with wonderful, what is it? AJ? I can't remember now, but it's a wonderful cigar. I'll tell you next time. So, yeah, came home. Like I said, we did the Christmas tree lighting and all that. That's not the funny retirement story. That was sort of a pre-retirement story, I guess, because I was leaving at the time. But the funny one happened yesterday. And I think some of you will enjoy this. So I've been saying to a lot of people, this is weird. I was ready for it. I have been thinking about another year or two I would do this. And it's great, and I'm really happy and excited and everything else. But at the same time, I feel like, and if I've said this before, I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but because I've said this to a lot of people, I feel like I'm reading a mystery novel, and I'm halfway through. Maybe I'm a little bit further on than that. Maybe I'm getting to the last chapter, and I jump to the end of the book and read to see who done it. There's like, okay, I'm satisfied that the end has come, and that's great, and I'm really excited about the next chapter, to push the analogy too far. But I feel like there's like stuff missing. It's like I just don't. It doesn't feel right to me. That'll pass. I know. So I've been telling my wife this, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to be telling you to go get a job soon because I won't be able to stand you." And I know. So she's very worried about me being around all the time, which I think is a typical wife reaction to their husband retiring. So we go to the parade. It's a small town parade. It's actually right down at the end of our street, about 3 blocks down. And it ends at the corner there. So the floats, and which are mostly like big flatbed trucks with kids on it waving, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, whatever. They turn up our street and they pull up to unload. And some of them wind up, because there's so many of them, they wind up in front of our house. So as we're walking back from the parade, which is still going on a bit, it's like the Santa had come, so we're coming to the end, but there were still some fire trucks and stuff going. We're walking back up the street, and there's a large one of these flatbeds that had kids on it and stuff, and they're unloading, and the parents are getting their kids and everything right in front of our house. And we're about a block away, and I see this little boy, and he's probably bored waiting for his mom or dad, and so he's running in circles on our front lawn. And I said in a voice loud enough for my wife to hear, and probably loud enough for the people in front of us to hear, but not loud enough for the boy to hear, I said, "Hey, you kid, get off my lawn." And then I turned to it and I said, "Now I'm retired. It's official." So I finally got to tell a kid to get off my lawn. But I didn't really tell him to get off my lawn. I don't care if he runs in circles. He seemed to be having a good time. So that's that. What's next? And by the way, I promise not to turn this into the retirement channel. It's just, that's what's evident in my life right now. So this is probably the last time I'll have one of these kinds of chats, but so I'm thinking my plan is between now and January, just this holiday season, I'm pretty much going to do nothing. I'm going to work down here in the shop. I'm going to do things I want to do. My wife and I are going to go places we want to go to. There's a lot of Christmas type stuff. Every year we say, oh, we should do that, but there's never time. We're going to take full advantage of this and just enjoy the holiday season. And then come January, we'll figure out what comes next. And it's probably going to be more of the same. It's probably going to be more shop time. Certainly looking forward to fishing when the weather warms up. Although I've been thinking maybe this will 2026 can be the year where I catch a trout each month. I've never done that. I have winter fished before I stopped because I get cold too easily now, being an old feller. But maybe I'll do that. Get myself some good thermal underwear and try to catch a fish in every month. The furnace is coming on. Probably giving me a signal to shut myself down. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just take it easy between now and January. So apologies, the voice is gonna get weird now. What is in the immediate future is we did not have a live stream this Friday because I was lighting the Christmas tree. But we do have a live stream this coming Friday, and we will be joined by a very special guest, our good friend Santa Claus. Santa's a good friend of the YouTube Pike community, and every year he makes some time to come on a live stream and just chat with me and with the audience through the chat function. So if you're around Friday, December 12th at 8 p.m., please join us, and we'll be chatting with Mr. Claus. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. I really appreciate Santa taking the time out because I know it's a busy time of year for him. And bring your questions. I plan to ask him about that elf incident a few years back. He's had enough of how do you get around the world so fast and what's your favorite tobacco. We got to ask him the hard-hitting questions. We got to get into some investigative North Pole journalism here. All right, folks, with that, I'm going to draw this to a close. I hope you have a fantastic Sunday and are looking forward to a great weekend. I will be back next Sunday. I will be back this coming Friday with the live stream, and I hope to see you at both places. And don't let Santa down. Show up and show him the YTPC spirit. So with that, my friends, I will draw this to a close. Have a great Sunday, and until we speak again, I look forward to talking to you all again very soon. Goodbye now.